board STOX. And I said, you don't need to know how to spell stocks, sell stocks. All right. So much like you said, you don't need to know about real estate to know that you got a deal, right? You can assign a contract to someone that does know about real estate, right? If you just want to bird dog and find properties that you can get contracts on that look like they're vacant or need rehab, I mean, it's a great way to get started, right? So just don't think that you need to know about real estate to be in real estate, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, not at first, right? It's a progression. When I joined, didn't know a thing. I knew a few things actually, just because I'm an interested person. I like to talk about crap all the time. But I mean, I knew as much as the next guy, right? The next person that knows just enough to know nothing.
Sure.
So, yeah, seriously. So we're definitely moving in the right direction there. Well, Scotty, whatever happened with the Birmingham one? Did you ever try to renegotiate, or what are you doing with that one?
I went back and told them that in order for me to make the deal happen, it had to be 60 to 70K. And presented it to the seller, and the seller turned it down.
Yeah.
And she told me that she still wanted to work with me, and she would, we would just move to the next one. However, I'm going to call her Monday and remake the offer again.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think 60 is like, I don't think you have to be that low. I think we could. I mean, that's where I would. That's where you're going to find the comfort level for anybody to be willing to buy that. But I think if you had, yeah.
The only reason I'm going to keep offering 60 is because I have not got a counter.
Right.
Never got a counter yet.
Fair enough, and I mean, I hear you.
Yeah. Is this one you guys discussed yesterday when I wasn't
around here? He has been under contract. It was originally listed at 160, I think, right, Scott? Now it's 125. So he took it at ask, and he reached out to some buyers. They of course gave him, so ARV is about 210 to 250. To the 245 one that we saw was only one, and it was freaking immaculate.
Sure.
And
so he walked it back down to 125, you said?
No. I'm saying for ARV, but
ARV came down. Got it. Okay.
Well, yeah, I wanted to be more conservative with it, but so the buyers he found are like, I'd be at 60. Yeah, well, so would anybody. Freaking Scott Levine, the machine, will drop 60 for you at that at that one. Anybody's gonna be at 60. So that's what I was saying.
Okay.
I think there's a buyer somewhere between 60 and the 125. You got it now. Yeah, I mean, whether or not you're going to be able to get it back under contract it doesn't matter, right? But yeah, we ran the numbers because he was thinking, well, shoot, I mean, at 125, it could have made sense. The house isn't that bad, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like if you're not willing to buy it and rehab it yourself, or wholesale or do something, then it's a gray area, right? And as far as trying to wholesale a deal on market, generally there's egos in the way for somebody to see it and see that it's listed at 125 and for you to be asking 130, even if it was a deal, right? It's just like there's an ego thing, right? I mean, they're like, why would I pay an extra 5K? It's listed at 125, whatever the case, right? It's just you get egos in the way. I mean, that's true for any job, any profession, right? Ego kills a lot of things, but
I mean, typically, I think if you put 2025 in it as a rental, you're okay. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, like I said, but it's nice stuff in there. It's just not, it's not coordinated. Now, if you want to go retail, put it back on the market, sell it on the MLS, it's going to take, 60 to 80,000, depending on who you are. I mean,
if you had a buyer that was like interested in the Burr type strategy, right? And they're like, oh, well, this thing could probably appraise for over 2 and this, that, and the other, but there still wouldn't be a lot of money at 125, unfortunately. That's why it doesn't quite still work at 125. I mean, I hear you and I hear what you're saying, but you'd have to basically have a buyer lined up that was just like looking for a deal, regardless of whether or not it was at the listing price or not. You know what I mean? Someone that you've already established that rapport and that relationship with, that doesn't care. They're like, hey, I'm looking for a deal, because it's pretty close. Like I said, that's why you locked it up. I mean, it's pretty dang close.
I just went back and anchored low, just, you know, and I say creatively, just because I knew from the very beginning I have not got a counter. It's just been no.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you don't get a counter, that means that they are, well, if I don't get a counter, the solution's not, it's a solution isn't resolved for me.
I hear you. Sometimes agents don't send counters. I mean,
But if he's gonna be stubborn and say no, then maybe I'm gonna be stubborn and just
keep it there.
stay where I'm at, and then, because you gotta look at it, it's been on the market 133 days.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Started at 165 or so, and about the time they put it on listing on, the tenant got COVID, so they spent a month, couldn't get nobody in there, then the tenant moved out, they done dropped the price. So I'm just following what I've kind of known from before. If it's on there 133 days, you know, it's an old, but as they drop the price too, don't get a counter, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like, in my mind, it's like the realtor did not return back and give the offer. Even though it's probably did, I'm just saying.
That's possible. I mean, yeah, that's why you really got to press those guys. Okay. Well, let's, Scott, you want to open the floor back up?
Yeah, sure. Scotty, do you have, looks like you've been pretty active the last couple of days. Do you have something, else other than the one we were just talking about that you'd like to go over?
No, actually, I just came in here today to be an observer, learn, and then reconvene with you about the.
I got you covered. No problem.
So I'm just gonna chill right here and see if I can let somebody else come in and learn some stuff.
All right, cool. So let's just open the chat back up then, Sean. I see Dalton's in here again.
Yeah, we got some new. Let me see here. Oh, we got Zach. Zach's here. So Zach, I'm letting him in right now. So
Okay.
Zach, if everybody, I don't know if anybody has questions or deals, just drop it in the chat. Zach, I know.
What's up, Zach? How are you? Nice to meet you.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
We pushed you around enough.
I'm gonna put myself on mute real quick.
Sure, do it.
Yeah, whoever's waving, we'll get to you. Just I don't know if you can chat, drop it in the chat. Whatever, you know, we'll get to you and help you out.
Okay.
So Zach, what did he say? I'm sorry. He said he was.
So I think Zach's at work. Someone said they're at work.
He said he works at Safeforce, so he's probably got a call coming in. So
Okay.
We'll get to you, Zach. You got to take the call. So
oh, that's right. We were making Zach first in line, right? Because
we
jumped off earlier today, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we've been pushing.
All good. Well, who's this here? This is Hugo.
Yeah, are we pronouncing that right?
Hugo. Okay. Hugo.
Is it Hugo?
Oh, he put something in the chat here. It looks like it's a different name, Hugo.
Yes, it's Hugo. Yeah.
Okay.
Hugo, what's good?
Yeah, that's the name I go by.
Oh,
Is that the right spelling of it? Josue?
Oh no, that's I got two names, but I go by Hugo.
All right, I'll call you whatever you want, all
That's
right?
his government name.
No problem. Got you covered, man.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, look, you can call Sean Hayes by his name now. Nathan.
I just changed it. Yeah, I got what's your name got on me about it yesterday. Yeah,
All right, Zach's back. Let's grab Zach here before he gets another call or something.
Yeah, for real.
Busy day.
Yeah.
All right, talk to us, Zach. What's going on here?
So I had one yesterday. Guy, he completely vacated both properties. Definitely asking for a top dollar on one of them. It was more the triplex that I'm interested in. It's on 89 Maple Street in River Rouge, Michigan.
Rouge. Can you drop that in the chat?
Yeah.
And then yes.
When you say top dollar, I'm not familiar. I've never bought a property in River Rouge. Or what state is this?
Michigan. So South Detroit.
Is it near Novi?
That I don't know. This one,
No.
I was calling for one in Macomb County.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I got a property in
Macomb's a good
Novi,
county.
which
There's
is
some good
it's like a
stuff.
suburb of Detroit. I was just trying to
Novi.
get the relevance. Yeah, Novi, right, of where it was located. So River Rouge. All right.
Yeah, it's like,
And what's top dollar over there?
about 120. He's asking for 150.
top dollar's 120. He wants 30 grand above retail,
Yep.
right? And
Yeah.
the house doesn't need any work, right? It's HGTV 2022 ready,
Yeah.
right? Sure.
That's what but I'm sure it's not.
So you don't have any photos of it just yet?
No, I don't. So that's for the single family house. The triplex he wants 150,000 for, but a couple in the area have sold for 200,000.
So we want 150 on a triplex, you're saying? Not on the single family.
He wants that on the single family, but I just told him that's not gonna happen.
Got it. Okay, well, my prop stream's not working right now. I'm getting some weird error message coming up right here. Sean, is yours working by chance?
Oh, what for screen share?
No, just I was just trying to get on my prop stream just in general to pull it up while Zach was talking, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
getting some weird message. Unable to acquire JDBC connection. Looks like they're having some internal issues right now, maybe.
Let me try mine. Let's see here. Yeah, mine's spinning on me. So.
No, mine was working earlier.
Yeah, mine was working earlier too.
Try mine. I'm getting the same message.
Try Redford.
Weird message.
Yeah, so it looks like we're
Yeah,
having.
these guys are funny, right? They do like their update during the middle of the day, right? Instead of the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah, that's real helpful of them.
Right. It's not the first time, but all
Seriously,
right. Well,
it literally happens all the time. It's really
yeah. All right. So we're out on that right now. But let me. I don't know. I'll pull this up. You threw that into the chat, right? I got it.
Yeah.
All right. And this is the single family number 89, or this is the tribe.
This is the triplex.
I understand. Okay.
It's completely vacant right now. He didn't know what the rents were in the area, but I looked it up. It's about 800, maybe 900 for a fully furnished, or not fully furnished, but just completely updated, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and about you can get.
He owns a triplex, but he doesn't know the rents in the area.
No, he does not. He's been hands off for it for a while. It's just been vacant, sitting there.
All right.
About 1,100 for a 2-bedroom.
So, I mean, I'll share my screen here real quick
Yeah, share your screen and
if you don't mind. So I'm just gonna tell you. So where did this lead come from? Did you make this as an outgoing call, or did you pay for the leads going?
No, I got Mojo.
Is this a local area to you? Is this?
No, I'm in New Jersey.
You're in Jersey.
Yep.
So here's what's going on here in the neighborhood. I mean, this house itself sold for $9 grand. Triplex.
Oh, I know exactly where. I know this. I may have looked at this one in the past, actually, dude. 89 Maple Street. I remember this.
Dude.
Yeah, I think so. This guy's still trying to sell it, huh?
Mm-hmm. He said he wants to get into the mini storage business, and so he wants to sell all of his properties. And this one and the single family in Roseville, Michigan, are vacant. He figured those would be the easiest to sell.
This one's been floating around a hot minute, I will say. But maybe he's at the point where he's been broken down enough where he's willing to take an offer that makes sense. I can't.
It's funny. This wasn't a cash deal. This was he used a loan to get this property.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And then he tried to do a land contract with somebody else to sell it, and they defaulted on it, so he kept it again.
Interesting. So he tried to sub to it or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't know the condition inside. We're completely blind here.
Man,
Not in the area. Is there a reason we can't get photos?
I asked him for pictures, and he said, I live too far away from it to go and get pictures. I don't have anybody in the area.
No problem. Do you have a key there? Do you have a neighbor that has a key? Can I send one of my reps over there to get in there? Get somebody in there as early as, today's Thursday, so figure 48 hours. Always tell someone within 48 hours they can get a rep over there.
Okay.
Right.
Are you sure you're
whether you call me or Sean or someone else that's qualified, they'll be able to get you someone to get in there and get photos.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, are you sure you're working with the actual seller though? Just because I can't, I'm gonna have a look at my CRM later, but I don't know. I feel like I had pictures of this one at one point. I don't have them anymore, but
Yeah, I looked up the LLC and it's registered to somebody else, but he had mentioned that he owns it with a partner. So it might be something like that.
Yeah.
I just went up on the
It's
Michigan
really tough when
LLC.
it's an LLC and stuff, and because then it's like, well, how many people you got in the
Yeah,
business?
there's pictures on them. It's on Zillow, there's photos.
Oh wow, okay.
There. Okay.
So this is
Couldn't
probably
find
from
anything
when
on
you
Zillow.
probably bought it in 2014.
Well, I mean, if you guys are all seeing my screen, right? So that's all I did. I just cut and pasted the address and
Yeah, no.
I went right to Zillow. So here we are, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think these
Do I
were
have a
when you bought
treat
it.
for you? What about those raisins? All right, you got to give me a minute, all right? I'll hook you up. All right? All right, cool.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming these are from
What,
when you bought it, right?
a movie? Yeah, here's the photos. Let me just go through these quickly. Now, my daughter's relentless. I should just get her the snack now.
Yeah.
She's 3.
Right? Yours is 3 too?
Yeah.
My 3-year-old's out of her.
Two
Out of her
water
mind.
heaters here. Oh, this looks like a full rehab inside. Yeah, no kidding, it's vacant.
Yeah, I think honestly, I've seen these photos. I think at one point he or she, whoever it was, I think someone was trying to JV on this one a long time ago, and I got a hold of it. And they had photos, and it was pretty bad. One of the two, because I remember there was 2. There was a triplex and another one. So one of them's really beat up. I don't know which one, but
Okay.
But just to let you know, I mean, unfortunately, these types of sellers, they're clearly not that motivated, right? I mean,
no, I figured I wouldn't spend too much time on it. It was my
it's
first lead
right?
from
These guys put
700
this
calls
information out
yesterday.
and say, I want to sell. I don't know what they're hoping for, that somebody's going to just overpay or
Yeah.
somebody's going to lose their mind and pay something that just doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen, right? Otherwise, he would have sold it by now.
Well, he doesn't have it. It's not on the market. He doesn't even have it for sale by owner.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's being marketed anywhere.
No, I think he's just one of those people that is sending it out, letting other investors just try to bird dog it, JV it, whatever. And he's not really all that, but he's just hoping he's got his
1923 build. Yeah, he bought it for $9,000.
Had to get a loan for that one, huh?
Yeah. I'm wondering if this is the same condition that it was in when he got the loan. And how did he even get that loan?
I believe that this is
with this condition.
Well, it was probably really one of those high interest ones, right? Or something like that he intended to do some type of, like you said, he probably did a contract for deed or something with somebody, and then they defaulted because they basically botched up the work, or it didn't make sense, right? They started the rehab and then they blew it. Because I think if I remember right, one of them was half rehabbed. And so whoever it was, right, had that idea that they'd go in and flip it, and then they would turn around and sell it, right? But that never transpired. So this guy's just been hanging on to this piece of trash for 8 years now. So
cute little neighborhood.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of fourplexes on the same street.
It's always good to do a street view, right? And if you see a bunch of boarded up houses, right? Yeah.
So we need, we need to know a couple of things here. Really, we need to know what rents are in the area, right? Because price wise, when I was just on Privy's just showing the single families. I don't think it was giving us a fair comp, really, but prop stream's down right now.
I got the Renometer. I mean, we could.
What is that?
Let me see what.
You want to help them make an offer?
Yeah. What is Sorry, what was the address again?
89 Maple, River Rouge.
89 Maple.
I went on Zillow yesterday and did like for rent, and there's a couple that are. I think it's a 2-bedroom listed at 1,100 and then 1,150 maybe.
How many beds is this one?
So there's one unit that's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and then the 2 upstairs units are 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And he thinks that there's room to make a 2-bedroom, 1 bath upstairs as well.
Okay. So two beds, 1 bath, saying like averages to median is like between 9 and 915. Yeah. So I would 9. and then I don't
maybe 800 for
so the
one
one
bedrooms.
one, I can't share my screen, otherwise I'd show you. But so
It's
what I like
coming up
to
in Canada.
do,
Jesus.
so
And
now mine's moving slow, and then average for the 1-1 is basically 750. So you're looking at. Let me pull out my calculator over here. I can't share my screen, but
Yeah, I gotta stop mine. I think you can now, huh?
well, I can't do it because I'm broadcasting on this other one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Let's see though. I have a long-term flip calculator. I'm sorry, long-term rental. So what is what is your target price, or what does he want?
he wants 150.
Oh shoot. He's
Yeah.
out of his mind.
Next.
150.
Yeah, we already spent too much time on it. Never happened.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I don't care what the rents are. It's not happening.
Yeah,
It's complete rehab in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't have to run the numbers on that. It's crazy. I mean,
Cool.
So the question is for me, like, how much would it be like the reasonable number for that property?
well,
Or actually, any of you guys are buying? Okay, I actually want this because it's the right number for me. Works for me.
yeah. So it really depends. You have to run it. So it depends, right? If you were gonna buy it, right? What is your exit strategy with it? Are you gonna hold it, or are you gonna flip it? If you're gonna flip it, then you got to figure out what are your numbers, right? What are my rehab numbers? What can it sell for conservatively? And what are my interest money? What is it going to cost me on interest, right? And then we have a calculator for that. And
My time.
Yeah, my time.
All right, what's the
whatever.
cost of holding the property? What's my
Cost of holding
entry
the property.
ticket? What does it cost me to buy the property and,
Right.
you know, fix it to get it sold? What's my everything cost?
And Hugo, yeah. So exactly. And then so for a rental, which I was talking, you know, if we were going to run the rental numbers, right? So for example, if you had a buyer that liked to buy rentals, then you'd want to know, okay, well, what is your desired cash on cash return? What are those numbers so that you can run those? You would still need to know a rehab number, right? You'd still need to know pretty much all the same information, but you'd be able to run numbers on the calculator differently based on the information you have, because what you're going to do with it is determines what the numbers and what the strategy is as far as price. Because in this case, though, it seems like it needs so much work that the flip number and the rental number, they're still going to be pretty close. But when you're talking about homes that don't need a lot of work and it makes sense, you know, that somebody wants to buy and hold it, so you run those numbers different. I mean, that's kind of the short answer. And on Fridays, we have office hours on our Facebook group. Nathan and I do it, and I'll be happy to show you that calculator tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern time if you join. I can show you. You'll see some people that have properties, and we'll run the numbers for them. So yeah, so there's never an exact answer for what is the best price. I mean, there's always the home run price, right? And then there's the like, okay, what is realistic, and what is the person who's buying it expecting for a cash on cash, or if they're flipping it, what is their target number or their cash on cash return that they want, right? But anyway, so that's the short answer.
You know what makes me interested in that is that there's another property, another like triplex, right, in that same neighborhood, right? So doesn't that give you like some sort of comp idea, or maybe you can actually call the guy of that triplex for if this guy actually wanna like fuse those units, because it has already like some management that like take care of those triplexes, maybe.
So you're saying he should try to sell it to the person
Like
who owns
yeah.
I would love to do that. I just think we're so far off on the number that even though we're saying it's a triplex, I don't see anything anywhere near $100,000, let alone 150. So even if you got his number down to half, even if you got his number down to 50 grand,
No way.
right? If you got him to do this for 50 grand, look how much rehab it is on a triplex. It's 3 kitchens, like, you know,
Sure.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
as far as
Moving on.
comping a multi-unit, you don't comp it the same as a single family, right? Single family, you're looking for like properties, but when it comes to, I mean, multi-units, it's more of a commercial type of number run, meaning the bank.
I think Hugo mentioned there was a triplex down the road.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you
That would have
wouldn't.
been a fair comp. Yeah, so good call, Hugo. Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that is right, but but most people who hold those, they don't care about what the appreciation is or what it could sell for because they're not planning to sell it. They want to know what their cash flow number is going to be more than anything. This idea now in the last 2-3 years where properties have just skyrocketed, these guys are really pumped up about it. But most of the people who buy rentals are not banking on appreciation; they're banking on cash flow. So they care only about the cash flow monthly. What's the mailbox money for them?
In order to get this property to cash flow, it's going to cost you a lot of money to buy the property and then rehab the property.
And rental
the
guys
time to
hate
get the
that.
property there, you're going to have so much into it. You're going to want nothing but to sell.
Right. Rental guys hate that. They want to carpet and paint it. That's it. So
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
On to the next.
Good job. Good job. Does the seller have anything else, or is this their only property?
I mean, he said he wants to sell his other properties. He just said that those are the two at the top of his list because they're vacant. So
yeah, interesting.
Not super motivated.
Yeah, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, he's just not that motivated. So unfortunately, people like that can waste a lot of your time.
All right. Well, no, great job. It looks like you understand what you got to get out of the seller. So I appreciate you bringing it up here and just really. It sounds like we confirmed what you already know. So that's good job. Good job.
All right.
Let's open this up, Zach, if you don't mind, to anyone else that may have an offer to go over. And we're happy to look at a deal, but again, the goal here is to help people make an offer so they can get a deal that otherwise maybe they couldn't have got. So
we want you to get a deal. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, Hugo, you have anything that you're any sellers you're talking to right now? Maybe you need help locking it up.
Looks like Hugo bounced.
Oh, did he?
Looks like.
I think Hugo bounced.
Yeah.
Hugo's
All right.
out.
He don't like your idea.
All good.
He looked like he was on a jog or something. He was just
Something. You're doing something out there. Like a nice day.
It was. It looked really nice.
It was a nice day.
Yeah.
Oh, look, prop stream's back on. Look at that.
Get that. Hey, did you ever recall that lady in Macon with I can't remember exactly who we were working with that one day. Did you guys ever get a hold of that lady?
That was with Rashad, I think.
Rashad.
No, I haven't heard from him. I sent him a message earlier today, just trying to see to see what happened, but he never got back. So I mean,
if you're out there, update us.
Yeah. There's two brokers. I'm sure there's more, but there's two brokers inside of my inbox right now looking to sell a property. So
yeah, seriously. Okay. Dalton, I feel like you had another property. Did you guys square everything away? I know I left and you guys were talking. I didn't know. You guys
earlier with Dalton.
I know you looked at that row house.
Right, that row house. Those are the best row house I've seen.
Man, those row houses are tough to comp, huh?
So this guy's got a few properties here. I can go back and share them. Now that prop stream's working. Zach, you see this? Is Zach still here? Yep, you still here? Oh, he walked away. Zach!
He's probably making a call.
I think we're in his pocket. Looks like a Burberry. Right?
We're in his pocket.
I was just showing him that so the seller does have a few other properties here. So, I mean, and he's got some loans against the position too. Or he's on one of them at least. I live in Beverly Hills, Michigan. Detroit. I mean, commercial. The guy's got a couple of properties,
Yeah, he does. I know a guy that buys a ton of properties. He's in Saginaw, and he's not interested in Detroit. But yeah, I mean, the rental stuff is tough. I mean, unless you have somebody that buys rentals, it's hard to run rental numbers because those guys want to find their own deals, right? They hate bird dogs half the time. They want to give you $100 or something. little
Right.
pat on the
Yeah,
head.
let me ask you guys a question that just so I can get a different answer or an opinion. So let's say that you got a property like the one I had yesterday, which Sean knows about. Let's just say you had one that's typically like that, that's already been gutted, ready to go back, sheetrock, an extra bedroom. Is there a significant difference in the buy price or anything when it's already gutted and ready to go back, as opposed to something you gotta go up in there and redo all the crap? Or is it kind of just, there's just not enough difference to make a difference?
I mean, this property is coming up as a single family residence. It's not even coming up as a multi duplex, triplex, anything. So
Wait a minute, Scott. I feel like you asked a question. Did we, Scotty? I mean, Scotty Free. You asked a question. You wanted Scott to answer that, right? And he didn't even.
oh, I'm sorry.
He can go ahead with what he's doing. I was
No,
just
no,
gonna
no,
ask
no.
something.
He's not. He's done calm that one. I think he just thought
We're done with that. All right, sorry.
He thought you were asking me, I think, and so he wasn't listening.
Well, no, I know you knew about the
That's
deal,
what I'm
but in
saying.
basic generality, if you got a property in the same area, which is gonna reflect about the same ARV,
Mhm.
but this particular property has been gutted, ready to go back to sheetrock,
Mhm.
added a bedroom to make it a 3-2 instead of 3-1, approximately the same square feet. Is your buy price affected? Is there enough significant difference that you don't have to go in there and demo it now, as opposed to being ready to go back in? Or is it not enough difference that you don't worry about it?
So
I mean, are we talking just a couple of $1,000 difference from a demo, doing a demo, then re-going back in and doing it, or just sitting down and going back in, something's already been demoed?
yeah, so I think the cost to demo something, I mean, effectively is not a large portion of a rehab. I mean, you're talking about the hauling charges, right, for the construction, whatever, and special dumpster.
So there's not a significant difference that makes it a better buy because it's already good and ready to go back, right?
I think it makes it a little more appealing. I don't know about,
Permanence.
I don't know if significant. I don't know about significant.
I would say it depends on the neighborhood.
It does depend on the neighborhood. Now, if you're talking about it's got a bunch of asbestos in there and you got to have hazmat suits, right?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So the ultimate question is, the other property I have that's close to that one that I showed you,
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's a little bit closer probably to the comp that we're talking about.
The 245.
He's got it gutted and ready to go back to sheetrock and add an extra bedroom. And I can get it for, I think I can get it for like 95.
Well, but it's a 2-1. You're saying
It's a 3-1.
3-1. So you need to add a bathroom.
And
Is what you're saying.
he's adding a bathroom.
Okay. Well,
Or
that's
no,
good.
yeah. I think he's either adding a bathroom or a bedroom.
I think
Is he losing a garage, or this is a little
No.
more tough for me to answer here than just making
we're getting into theory, but
yeah.
to be honest, if it makes sense and you don't have, I mean, to me, I think that is a better, I mean, especially if it's off market, right? Or is it listed?
Yeah, it's off market.
Yeah, I mean, so you haven't had the eyeballs on it, right? So when you put that in front of somebody, right? The other guys that were like, I want to be at 60, right? They want to be at 60 because they know, yeah, you got it off the MLS. They know about it. Oh, I can go get that one myself, right? But if this one's off market, right? And you're talking about the same type of curbside, everything you're saying is somewhat equal in that regard. It's gutted and ready to rock. I think that is more appealing, because there's nobody in it.
Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. He's going back in. It's a 3-1, but he's going back in as a 3-2.
Yeah, the only question is in that county or in that city.
It's like a street, he's just a few doors down.
Yeah, you'd have to know if in that city or whatever, what does it take to be permitted? Like, you got to pull permits and stuff like that to add the bathroom? Like, what are the barriers to entry, sort of, so to speak, in that regard? Because when you start adding rooms and bathrooms, you got to account for the county inspection and stuff like that. So there could be more time associated with the rehab. There could be more Because that.
Well,
that
the
is-
way I
Mhm.
understand it, and I don't know for sure, but the way I understand it, it's done. It's ready to go back with sheet rock.
Okay.
I think
So it's already plumbed.
electric
So
already
he already
done.
plumbed it.
Got it. Okay.
You're just telling me the plumbing's done and everything.
Yeah, from what I understand, I don't know 100%, because like I said, I was basing this on, I didn't know he was gonna have the bathroom. But like I said, it was just on a whim that we were trying to nail that one down too. But at this point in time, we went to visit to take a look at it and he didn't show up.
Right.
So I just told him,
Right.
Just
Well,
have
that's
to hold
good.
on.
I mean, to be honest, that sounds like a better opportunity in my opinion. I mean, if you're talking about for if all things being equal to that 225, 220, 215, 210 range of potential resale, and you're saying it's a gut job, I mean, but it's already gutted, ready to rock. I mean, run the numbers. I think it sounds like if you could get it done for 75K or something like that, which I don't know if you could, but I mean, will the guy let you tie it up and market it for him, or?
probably, we've already got a commitment that we started at like 105 and we got it down to 195.
Well, I mean, so if you could, if you could get it done for 75 and you did it in 6 months, you're paying both agents 2.5%. I mean, it says you're walking away with 25K for the net. And I mean, like I said, I that's with 12%, 2 points, 15% down, 6-month whole time, 5% to both the agents, collectively to the two. That's at a 95 buy price though, at a 215 resale. So if you could get more, I mean, so that's skinny for like most of those guys probably, 26K is good, but I don't think if the rehabs, it just all depends, right? If they have to pull permits, that's not going to be enough. I mean, it's skinny, but it just depends. If it all depends on what the return on their money would be, and I would guess is how they would measure that. But if you could get it to that 245, now you're talking about 50K, right? So it's definitely worth exploring at that price point, I think.
Okay, I just kind of want to get your insight on it, because I think I'm still going to work on it too, because I think what I think and what I feel I know is two different things. I know my gut's telling me that place is fixing to take off, and I don't want to miss the bubble when it bursts. So if I don't get anything on the contract or it don't work right now, I want to have the familiarity enough so when it does start working, I can come in there, like fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good one. I would I try to get a little lower, but yeah, I mean I think you're cooking now.
Okay. Thank you.
Hugo, you're back. What happened?
Man, I had to jump in a phone call, so
Okay, cool.
it was that.
No problem.
Yeah,
Looks
it was
like we
about
got
deals, so
another-
man, business are business.
That's right. Go for it.
Yo, we got a new.
Where are you located, Hugo?
Georgia,
Oh, nice.
That's what part of Georgia are you in?
Atlanta right now.
Oh, cool. I'm in Roswell.
Roswell, okay.
Roswell, Marietta. Yeah,
It's like 30 minutes away.
that's it.
30 minutes.
Sweet. We also looks like we got somebody else. Ray, you popped in. Ray, well, how's it going?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yeah.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, we typically try to keep these calls to about 45 minutes. I'm happy to spend a couple more here and go a little longer if someone has an offer to review.
Yeah, Ray.
Oh, yeah. I
or
mean,
Hugo, what's up?
I was hoping to like learn some underwriting over here.
Okay, so be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. and
Yeah.
get a seller that wants to sell, and we could help you underwrite it. You
Well,
can
if
make
you-
make a real offer.
But
Okay?
if you want to tomorrow at 3 p.m., we do our Facebook Live. If you're in the group, join it, and we'll comp properties live, so you can see how we underwrite everything, and I'll show you the calculator that I was talking about and everything. Does that sound good? You got time tomorrow at 3?
For sure. I have one question.
What's up?
Do you use like a website to like get the information, like kind of deep information for a big deal, or
What
it's
type
just
of
like
information?
the calculator? That's what it is.
Well, Yeah, I mean, I just gather all the facts I can. Like if I was if I was going to try to put it under contract, right? I use the information I have, photos I have to run numbers, and then I use mostly public information, Redfin, Zillow, whatever, PropStream to acquire the after retail value, and then I play with the numbers on the calculator.
But let's say it's a multifamily deal. Like, do you use only that information, or
so multifamily? I would need to know, rent. Like, what are the rent rolls? Like, how much are they charging for rent? How much does it cost to rehab it? And also, what's the other thing I need to know? Are the meters split? Is the electricity split? Is the plumbing split? Stuff like that. And then what's the other big thing I need? Oh, expenses. Does the owner pay the utilities and all that crap? Like, what kind of expenses are they occurring either monthly or yearly? So that's because again, like I said, those numbers, that calculator is different. How you would, determine cash on cash, cash flow, all those different numbers that a person who wants to keep the property for a long term, they're more interested in that than they are what is it worth. They don't care what it's worth. They want to know how much they can cash flow. They care a little bit about what it's worth, but that's not their end game. So, yeah. So come tomorrow at 3:00 and we'll play with some stuff.
It will be on at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
8 a.m. tomorrow as well.
Right, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, sorry.
1 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yep. That's what time we do these calls. These calls
sounds great.
And then,
all right,
really quick.
If you guys need anything else, hit us up. I got to jump. Have a great day, guys.
All right, see you.
Productive one.
Bye-bye.
Ray, did you have anything you wanted to chat? Anything you wanted to look at, or?
No, not this time.
Okay.
Just want to clarify, the 3 time we're talking about for tomorrow, is that Eastern time?
Yeah, that one's Eastern, and so these calls right here that Scott and I have been doing, these are for we're trying to help people that have a deal, but may need help underwriting, or if they just need general situational type of training for the call. So ideally it would be 8 a.m. We look at the deal, figure out what the situation is, prep you for the call, and then this one would be more for you get on the phone, you build a good rapport, and you're like, all right, well, let me check with my underwriter, see where I need to be, right? And then we would underwrite it, make sure, again, and once you've gotten additional information, maybe photos, right, and really come up with a handcrafted offer. That's kind of the idea of these. Obviously, a lot of people don't have active deals, so that's fine. So a lot of times we're working on theory, but again, the idea is if you had something that you could come up like a motivated seller that we could help you craft that, whether that be creative offer or straight cash, all the different ways you could pitch an offer. Tomorrow at 3, though, we do, Nathan and I, who is not on this call, we do office hours. It's just general 3:00 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Just general, whatever questions about the business in general, anything, we comp properties, do whatever, we can to help. So they're a little bit less focused.
Hey, Sean, one last question.
Yes, sir.
I saw that, I don't know, Nathan. You're from the multifamily mindset group, right?
Well, Nathan, multifamily mindset group. I mean, I may be in that group on Facebook. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what that group is.
Nathan, I believe Nathan was the one that has a 167 units.
No, Nathan doesn't have that many units. He's got a few rentals, but not that many. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But yeah. So, but yeah, Ray, did you have any other questions? So these calls are 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day for now. We're doing them. I don't know if we'll stay like that permanently. And then on Fridays, we have a general office hours that Nathan and I do inside the wholesaling group, wholesaling real estate mastermind group, which I assume you're a part of, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
And there's events in there. You can look and see kind of, the different stuff we do. Did you have any other questions or anything?
No, not at this time, but this is good to know about the times that you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can jump on them at times.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. All righty. Well, I appreciate you guys, everybody joining, and hopefully you got something out of it. And like I said, tomorrow we'll do it again 10 a.m. and 1 o'clock, and then also that 3 p.m. call. So
Awesome.
Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you.
see you guys.
All right.
They-
See you. Bye.